National Signing Day coverage continues here on GoSycamores.com. It's time to catch up with wide receivers coach Joe Hastings and passing game coordinator for Indiana State. Joe, good to see you, buddy. How's life treating the Hastings family here, getting close to the holiday season?
It's going good. It'll be our first Christmas. And we're going to stay here, but our first Christmas with our daughter, Addie. So we're excited about that.
Well, you speak of your family. You've been able to add to your family today. You've been through it now multiple times as a coach. You've been through it as a player. What do you enjoy most just about this day?
I think it's, obviously, you hate to see guys leave, and we graduated Dante Jones, but it's obviously, you get to watch the beginning of something new, and I think that for all these new guys coming in, you remember it as a player, and it seems like just yesterday, but all the newness of signing and then coming in for off-season and then training camp, and then pretty soon you're a senior graduating. So I think the cool part is getting to see, the whole process start for someone and see the joy that they have and to be a part of our family.
You mentioned Dante Jones graduating, a guy who really did anything and everything that you asked of him in that position room. What kind of legacy does he leave behind for the guys who are here, and really for a guy like Dante Hendricks to pick up that torch and carry? But also what you're looking for maybe in future Sycamores that you go out and recruit?
I just think the ability to overcome adversity, whether it be injuries or different things. But I think just coming to work every day, and then obviously competitive. He's a very competitive guy, and that's really been instilled in the room a little bit, just in terms of all those guys are so competitive, and competition breeds greatness. And I think that's a huge thing that we look for. When we're bringing new guys in, is that competitive edge that they're always looking for. They're hungry, trying to find a way to compete with the guy next to them, compete with the guys maybe in the conference or what have you. But I think that's the big thing, is the competitive nature, and then the overcoming adversity.
Competitive nature of football, understanding the game. The recruit I'm going to ask you about is someone who's been around football a lot because of his dad and his ties being a high school coach in the state. Malachi Qualls, what it means to get somebody from really a terrific family like that to now be part of Sycamore football.
Well, I think anytime you have a new freshman come in, there's always that kind of adaptation phase where they're trying to kind of, find their way and figure out kind of where they fit, and then obviously the new schedules. There's so many things. But we got Malachi, obviously he's grown up in it. His dad knows. He's kind of skipping a few steps in that sense, but he knows exactly what's expected. Obviously, having a father as a coach is a huge part of it, and I think that'll be a really big asset to him coming in here, because, he's going to come and work, and that's what we loved about him. He's going to come in, and he's going to get his head down, and he's going to work,
I'm pretty sure early on Malachi was mostly used as a special teams guy, was a kicker, and then ultimately molded into a wide receiver. How has he progressed in learning that position from the film you've been able to watch, and now being a guy that can come here and be able to be utilized in a role where he's had a skill set where he's been able to do so much?
Well, I think the thing that we try to really dive into is not necessarily always the physical. That's a big part of it, but also what's between your ears. And I think with him, he's a guy that's wired right, and he's kind of one of those figure-it-out guys. I always think there's either a figure-out guy or an excuse guy, and the figure-out guy goes a lot farther. And he's shown time and time again, whether they put him in different roles, different positions, he just figures it out. And throughout the whole process of getting to know him and his family, you just know that with a guy like that, he's going to work and work and work and work until it works for him. And obviously with that no-quit mentality, and it's amazing how much further you'll go when quitting's not an option. I think that's the one thing that stands out about him is that mentality that he's got, that he's just going to find a way. And I think when you have that mentality, the sky's the limit for you.
Mention a no-quit mentality. I think you have a few guys in that room right now that have that, with Dante Hendricks really leading the way. For a guy like Malachi to be able to come here now and to be a part of that room and to learn from those guys you have in that room. I say Dante Hendricks, but there's a lot of guys in that room that I know you're really eager about to hit the field with come the spring.
No doubt. You got Dakota, you got Dante, Rontrez, Dejan, Mike Griffin. All those guys are going to be huge. Nathan Barrett. All those guys. But they have created a culture in that room of what's accepted, and they set the bar. I think that's the important thing, is that it's not my room or coach's room. This is their room, and so they take a lot of pride, not just themselves, but their teammates. And so I think that's one thing they've done in that room is really set the bar high for each other and holding each other accountable. It's a really big part of why we have the success that we do.
Joe, look forward to the spring, buddy. Always
Absolutely.
good catching up with
Thanks,
you.
Luke.
Once
Appreciate
again,
it.
that was Joe Hastings. For more on Indiana State football, stay right here at GoSycamores.com.